Mellisa Mountain here for Truthstream Media, and I just have a quick question for you guys, because this is very strange, as a lot of things that have been coming out of Washington lately are, and I don't get it, so somebody tell me what you think. Apparently the House stenographer, as the Senate deal was passing that was going to reopen the government, she had to be pulled off the floor because she went into an outburst about how this is not one nation under God. Freemasons wrote the Constitution, and you cannot serve two masters. And it was actually a pretty interesting speech. And she just got up, went up there, started yelling. They had to pull her down. And Fox News did this report on it.
There was a really strange moment as that vote was coming to an end with the House stenographer getting up to the microphones. Let's take a listen to this first of all.
Sure.
All right, here she is at the microphone, and she's yelling, but you can't hear what she's saying. This is the C-SPAN video. You can't actually hear what she's saying.
No, it would not have been. Constitution would not have been written by Freemasons.
You hear that?
They go against God.
Molly, come on.
You cannot serve two masters.
Okay. So in the first video, when she's first up there, you can hear everybody milling around and talking. You can't hear her. And they're pulling her off the stage, right? Now they play it again with sound, which they supposedly got from somewhere.
No, it would not have been. Constitution would not have been written by Freemasons. They go against God.
Okay, the volume of her voice did not change from here to here. This is where the microphone supposedly is. And the volume of her voice doesn't change. As they're pulling her out of the room, you can hear her and people next to her.
You cannot serve two masters.
You see that?
Now, she works for the House, right?
And they're just going to keep reporting. Now, the problem with this video is actually this.
This is not one nation under God. It never was. Had it been, it would not have been. No. It would not have been. Constitution would not have been written by Freemasons. They go against God. Constitution would not have been written by Freemasons. They go against God. They go against God.
Now you can clearly see this is where this sound was actually recorded, because as she's talking earlier and they show her mouth, it perfectly matches up with the words, and there's all this recording equipment going on right here, here, and here. So obviously they could capture everyone's voice, whereas in the video that Fox News put up, which has obviously been dubbed, she's walking off the floor. There's no way you would hear her at the same volume consistency through this entire thing when the only microphone there is here, unless those people, as they were pulling her away, were holding mics up to her face. But they weren't. So it's just very strange, and it begs the question, what did she actually say up here at the podium that they're not releasing to us? Because the media is saying that the stuff that she said, that happened at the podium, when quite obviously it happened in front of the elevator. And you can even hear the elevator ding at one point. Elevator wouldn't be dinging here in the middle of the floor, okay? Now's where it gets even a little bit more strange. This is the actual C-SPAN video on their website, where they have the description and they say that a stenographer seated in the House goes to the microphone on the dais and yells and is removed from the floor. So they describe it that way here, and you can't hear her again like you could in the Fox dubbed video. But this is the full video. Most videos in the media only show her up at the podium and being pulled away. This one shows her before that. Check this out. Okay, this is her down here. I know there's all these words on the screen, but this is her right here seated. Here's her stenographer equipment. And check out this guy. He's just hanging out. He kind of walks up and starts talking to her. She's putting her equipment away. He says something, then he nods. See, he nods. And she just gets up like they're done talking and walks right up to the podium. And he's watching. Now watch what he does. He turns around, takes out a phone, and texts somebody. You see that? Here comes the outburst. And they're like, whoa, what? Order in the court, blah, 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 whatever. So it's just very interesting. You have this guy. Wait, let's go back. He's talking to her. He nods. Pretty decisively here. Nod, nod, nod. And she just gets up and is like, well, it's time to go end my career. I'm going to go get in front of the podium and start yelling a bunch of stuff. And he immediately turns and texts somebody. Pulls out his phone. He's texting. Now, she's up there already yelling. He's texting. He's not even looking at what she's doing. So obviously he must have, I guess, known that was coming. Because she's up there yelling. And look at him. He's looking down at his phone. So he must have known she was about to do something. Right? Either that or when people just get up and start yelling random stuff that doesn't have anything to do with anything in the middle of the house. He's just used to that because that's a normal everyday occurrence. Very interesting. I mean, I guess she could have just been like, well, we're in the middle of a conversation and I'm going to get up and go do something else now, bye. But it does seem pretty direct as to right after he's done talking to her, she just gets up and immediately is like, and now it's time to go. So I don't know. I'm curious what she actually said up here. Because it's obviously not what they're reporting in the mainstream media that she said. This whole report here on Fox News is a lie. So, what do you guys think? Let me know. Talk to you later. Truthstream Media.